When the young man woke up, he began to hear his elder sister's inner thoughts. She revealed that she had bound a health exchange system to his body so that all the results of his training would be transferred to the favored girl. The plan was for the favored girl to eat excessively and recklessly, ruining his health and making him obese and disliked by everyone. He realized his sister was the culprit behind his weight gain. Her goal was to provide a healthy body to their foster younger brother and use the system to turn the protagonist into a useless person, pushing him out of the race for the family inheritance. He continued to exercise and study every day, but the more he worked out, the more obese he became, and the more he studied, the worse his academic performance grew, until he was forced to accept that this was all his sister's doing. At that moment, he also heard his girlfriend's inner thoughts, uncovering a second betrayal. The girlfriend admitted that she and the favored girl grew up in the same orphanage, and for the favored girl's sake, she had bound a study exchange system to him. This ensured that the more he studied, the higher the favored girl's grades would climb, leaving him a fat, foolish, and academic failure. Just then, the sister caught him again and provoked him to train, but he brushed her hand away and mentally decided to completely let himself go, sensing his intention. The sister flew into a rage and slapped him, warning that if he just lay there rotting, the system would cause a backlash for the favored girl, and she would lose her healthy body. However, believing that giving up would turn the system's power against the other side, the young man became more determined and wanted his sister to stop interfering. The sister moved to strike him again, but the girlfriend stepped in to stop her, reminding her that the math Olympiad was in 3 days. She insisted it was vital for the protagonist to revise, so he could secure the first-place position for the foster younger brother. Meanwhile, the young man decided to test if the foster brother would truly suffer a backlash. Despite usually avoiding spicy food, he emptied an entire bottle of chili peppers into a bowl and started eating. After a while, the foster brother, sitting far away, began to feel extreme discomfort. He rushed over, citing the elder sister's instructions to stop him. But the protagonist stood firm, stating that what he ate was no one else's business, and that he would eat spicy food every day. Seeing this, the foster brother collapsed to his knees, realizing that even a minor action from the protagonist triggered a massive system backlash for him. Reclaiming his health would mean shattering the family's carefully balanced, forced arrangement. After this lesson, the young man turned his focus toward his cruel elder sister. Intending to strip her of her inheritance rights and remove her from the position of president, he called his father, stating he was ready to take over the family business. The father, pleased, agreed that his eldest daughter was stubborn and lacked foresight, making her unfit to be president, and planned to announce the protagonist as the true heir after the competition. When the young man arrived at the exam center on time, the sister breathed a sigh of relief, thinking his threat to give up was just an act. She told him to take the exam seriously, or she would disown him as a brother. However, as soon as the exam began, the young man lay down on his desk and went to sleep, leaving the sister and girlfriend stunned. But just as the papers were about to be collected, he sat up and began solving the problems. The younger brother realized he had been played, and his shock grew when the protagonist finished the entire paper in just 10 minutes. A large, obese man wearing a mask and a hat entered the room. The sister immediately went to mock him, thinking it was the protagonist who had gained even more weight in just a few days. Believing the hat couldn't hide his identity, she snatched it off his head. But at that exact moment, the real young man entered the hall, wearing a sharp suit and looking incredibly handsome. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more